We usually call pop-ups a lightbox. That sounds less annoying and it's also a little bit more interesting. But fact is that they are generally found to be annoying. So use them only every now and then and only if you really want to draw attention to something special. I'm going to explain to you exactly how to set up pop-ups in this video. In the Garden Connect Academy course about email marketing, we already explained how you can put a sign-up form for your newsletter in a lightbox. So, if you want to do that, you have to switch to another course. Let's see how to create all the other pop-ups in this video.
So let's see how this works. Just go to admin menu, click on layout and go to website pop-ups. Now, this is a list of the existing pop-ups of your website. And let's click on add to see what options we have. Let me explain this. We have different types of pop-ups. You can use an existing page as a pop-up. I'll explain to you how to do that in the second part of this video. You can include a newsletter subscribe form as a pop-up or load an external page. Now let's assume we're going to use an existing page. If you do that, you need to select an existing page from the website. So let's say we want to promote a reward card. And then you can select after how many seconds the pop-up should be shown. It's not always desirable to show the pop-up directly after opening the website. So let's say we want people to stay on the website for 20 seconds and then the pop-up should appear. The fourth line is forget after. How does this work? You don't want to show the pop-up to visitors every time they visit the website. So let's say you want to show the pop-up every week. In that case, the website should forget about the visitor after 7 days. So after 7 days, the pop-up will be shown again. The width and height are both in pixels. You need to trial and error this a little bit to make sure the pop-up is shown properly. I'll explain to you how to do that in a second. The date from is the first day the pop-up will be shown. So let's say we want to show the pop-up on the 12th of July and we want to remove it from the website after the 18th. There are 4 checkboxes on the bottom of this page. The first one is to show this pop-up on a brochure page. How does this work? A lot of garden centers are sending out magazines by post and by email. If people end up on your website reading a magazine or a brochure with offers, you do want to register for their newsletter. If they do that, the next time you release a brochure or a magazine, the email will be triggered to them as well. So if you select this one, the pop-up will only be shown on that specific page. If you do not want to show pop-ups on mobile, you have to activate this box. And I don't recommend you to show many pop-ups on mobile because they can be very intrusive and annoying. However, they work pretty well. The third option is to use the pop-up as an exit intent pop-up. This only works on desktop. If the webshop thinks the customer is going to leave you, then the pop-up will be shown with a last minute offer, for example. So you can just activate that one and then the pop-up will only be shown if the customer shows an intent to exit the website. And normally the intent is that if the mouse goes up, then the pop-up will be shown. And the last option is to have the pop-up active or not. If it's inactive, it will never be shown regardless of the date. Once ready, click on save. Now, as explained, you can link an existing page to a pop-up. But how do you do that? Let's go to main menu. Let's go to pages and let's click on add. Now, it's important that the pop-up page is not on the menu, so make sure don't show a menu. And we can have a pop-up called spring offer. Now, if you do that, you need to upload an image over here with your spring offer. So just include an image as you usually do with an offer or something else. Let me go for this one. Now you can see the width and the height of this offer. Now make sure to reduce this because it shouldn't be too big. And remember I said we're going to alter the width and height of the pop-up. So keep this one in mind. As you can see, my browser is in Dutch, but the width is 400 pixels and the height is almost 300 pixels. Just click on OK, and there's the image. Now that's the only thing you need to do. So that's pretty easy. Scroll down, click on Save. Okay, so now we've created the spring offer page over here. And we go back to admin menu, layout, and the website pop-ups. Click on edit, and now we can select the spring offer. And the width should be a little bit wider than the image you uploaded, so let's leave it on 500 by 400 pixels and click on save. As you can see, this one should be valid now. So now you can test the pop-up, and I got a best practice for you on that one as well. The first one is to temporarily change the timing. So put it back, appear after 1 second, and today's the 5th of July, so you have to change the date as well, just for testing purposes. You can change the back later on. Let's go to the demo website and see what happens. And now you can see the spring offer pop-up. Now, as you can see, it's a little bit too wide, so you can decrease the size a little bit and the height as well. So maybe 50 pixels less from the width and height. But that's the trial and error part. Now, of course, you can include, as usual, a link to an image. So if people click on the image, they refer to another page and so on. However, what happens if you click this away? It will take you a week for the pop-up to appear again. So there's one little trick you need to understand, and it depends on the browser, but let me explain this for Google Chrome. If you right-click, you go to Inspect. On this screen, looks very complicated, but you can ignore everything. Just click on Application. And there you can see the cookies on the left. So click on Cookies and click on your domain. And then you need to remove the pop-up. So you can see pop-up 2 and delete. Or you can just delete everything. If you keep pressing delete, then all the cookies will be removed. Just close this screen, reload the page, and the pop-up will be shown again. So that's how you can test the pop-up, set it up, and make sure it all works. Now let's go back to the other types, because there was one more I wanted to explain, and that's the newsletter subscribe form. If you select the newsletter subscribe form, you need to select a newsletter form you created underneath newsletters. If you're not sure how to create those forms, I want to refer you to the Garden Connect Academy about email marketing. So if you have a specific subscribe form for the pop-up, you can use that. If you use a form like this, people can subscribe within the pop-up, so they don't need to go to another page.
Again, pop-ups are effective, but quite annoying, so don't overdo it. In the next video, we will look at the search function and explain some tricks on how to get the most out of it.